Right, so good afternoon. Uh, my name's Desi Paul, and first of all, a big thanks to Lindsay for organising this virtual tying demonstration. I'm going to tie, the fly I'm going to tie for you is a variant of a grey wolf. So without much more ado, I will get a hook in the vise and get started, and we'll talk about this fly as we go through it. The hook I'm going to use is a Kamassan B160 in a size 8, which is shank length similar to a size 10 B170, but it's got the gape of a size 8 hook, which gives you a little bit more hooking power, I guess, whenever you're fishing a wolf. The thread I'm using is a Semperfli black. It's pre-waxed, but I will still wax it as we go on. The grey wolf, it's a pattern we fish quite often, or quite a lot, on the Irish lochs, especially during mayfly time, and I would have it on my cast kind of late afternoon, say from about 4 o'clock, as the spent would start to fall out onto the lake. Yeah, it's always a good idea to have a kind of spent-ish pattern, which a grey wolf would be. So I've just ran my thread halfway down the shank and brought it back up again. So it's about 4 mil or so from the eye, that sort of area. The wing is grey squirrel. So I'm just going to take a bunch. Bring it out 90 degrees or so from the stem, same as you would a hackle, and cut it off. Just going to remove some of the fine fluff and raggedy ends. The tips aren't too bad, but we'll still give them a little tap on the stacker just to hopefully line them up a little bit better, or a little bit further. You always get the odd rogue, so we'll bring him out. Wing length would be roughly the length of the shank. It is this one is representing a mayfly as such, so you can probably go a bit bigger on the wing if you wish. I'm just lifting the butt ends up, coming in with my scissors and put a little taper cut into them, and just for a bit of added security, just going to apply a little bit of super glue into those cut ends. Take our thread down to basically in line with the barb. Tail again is same or grey squirrel. Again, cut off a bunch. Remove some of the shoulder fibres. Tap, you can see the tips are nicely lined up. So tail length, approximately the length of the body. A little bit short, so we'll just move it. If when you're tying your flies, if there's something you're not happy with, go back and fix it, because if you don't fix it, then you'll not be happy with the fly and basically you won't fish it. So again, I'm just cutting those tail fibres a little taper into them. And wrap forward. Just creating a taper in the body. A couple of stray fibres there, we'll just take them out. And a little bit more wax on the thread. And come forward to the wing. I'm just going to lift the wing up. Come in with the thread in front. Wind it back into the wing, creating a bit of a rump. With the wing, we've got it lifted a bit. I'm just going to split these with a few figure eights through them. Get a nice natural split in them. Lift it up again, a few more turns in front just to get them lifted. And there you can see we have a nice V split in our wings. At this point I'm just going to damp them. I think I'm going to keep them out of the way a bit as we bring our thread back to the tail. The body on the fly, there's no rib on the fly, but the body is Vicuña dubbing, and it is blue dun, and this is the fine version of Vicuña's dubbing. So just bring some of the hank and just dubbing it on the thread, just with thumb and forefinger. Slide it up to meet the body. And I'm just going to put a couple of turns on here just to get an anchor point. Tighten up. You could build this by rotating the vise, but in case people don't have a rotating vise, we'll just do it by hand. So I'm just building the body as we move forward. Tighten up if it needs tightened. And that's her body done. Let's continue to hackles on the fly. I have two hackles. First is a Grizzle, and the second one is a Natural Dun. So I'm just selected a couple of feathers here. I'm just going to marry up the tips, or the edges, sorry. A little bit of wax on again. I've left the stems quite long, so I'm going to tie them in behind the wing. Lift the wing up, and I've got a little bit of them protruding in front of the wing, so continue to wrap them there. And I'm going to bring the thread back to the rear. Just keep these wings kind of moistened to keep them hopefully from catching too much. So the Grizzle Hackle first, so I'm going to wind it. So like 2 turns behind the wing. I'm going to bring the wing, lift the wing back. Do a couple of turns in front. And then I'm going to start wind back through that. So there's another turn in front. We'll let go of the wing. Turn in behind the wing, and another turn at the rear. Turn of thread at the eye side of the hackle, and turn in behind, and another one at the eye. And we can break that hackle off. Now we will do something similar with the Dun hackle. I'm just going to move the Grizzle hackle forward slightly so I can get a turn in at the back. One turn behind the wing. Two turns in front. And turn it behind again. Bring my thread in front of that hackle and then behind again. And I'm just going to tighten the thread slightly in the bobbin. Then I'll wind through the hackles, lift the wing, wind through in front, to the eye, to break off the hackle point, bring everything back with your finger and thumb. Make a nice head. We'll come in with a whip finish tool. Keep everything back. Clip away. A couple of stray ones, so we'll just clip those off. One doesn't want to come. And come in with a little bit of varnish. Just pardon my fingers at this point. Let that dry a bit, and we'll give it another coat. And, there you have a variant of grey Wulff. It's an excellent pattern to have in your box if you're considering a trip to any of the Irish lochs during mayfly time. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and give me a little like and subscribe if you can. And I think next up is, or I think, Mac flies. So I always enjoy watching Mac's videos. So I hope you keep watching the channels and leave your comments below. Thanks very much. See you again.